So hi friends. Today, I just like to start that way. I just feel like it's fun.
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna be talking about time travel. In case you didn't know, this has everything to do with Dragon Ball Z.
Of course.
I know I said I wasn't gonna talk about it a whole bunch, but we're gonna talk about it a little bit.
Okay.
In our last episode, if you haven't seen Time Loops, you should go back and do that. But we talk a lot about essentially that I'm not a scientist. And that's why we're gonna talk about Dragon Ball Z, because that's something I know.
Yeah.
And we're gonna tie it into science from stuff I got off the internet, and we're gonna just hope it all works out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exciting.
Yeah. So when we talk about time loops, it was this whole like inevitability that people are trying to overcome.
Mm-hmm.
When we're talking about time travel, it is also that, but like the idea is we should be able to win in this scenario, because you're not just in a like endless forward. You have a back, middle, forward place that you can go.
Yeah.
It's basically saying that like nothing is inevitable. You can change stuff for somebody, maybe not the people you want. And there's lots of like implications to time travel that are very questionable, and like it's a heavy thing. If you're gonna go back in time, you're gonna mess with stuff, and bad things might happen. And like more likely than not, largely to people you don't know, because these are things that like you're trying to fix something that's happening to you, and that is going to do something even if it's small. Like the smallest thing can have big implications. It's just something called the butterfly effect, which we also talked a little bit in our last episode with Mr. Nobody.
Mm-hmm.
But what we're going to talk about, why do we want to go back in time?
Mm.
What would motivate that? The whole reason is that we're humans that are plagued with regret, guilt, and just like an overwhelming sense of injustice of the reality around us. Like we just don't like what's happening.
Mm-hmm.
Bad stuff happens all the time. People die. People get sick. People like we have no control over any of it.
Mm-hmm.
And that is really overwhelming.
Yeah.
So what's a way to overcome that is to go back in time
and change it.
Because we know everything. It's totally going to work out.
Yeah.
We know exactly how time travel will work when we go back.
Yeah.
And we don't think it's going to like destroy other people's lives. We just want to fix the
It doesn't
thing.
matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. We don't know them, so it's fine.
Yeah.
I'm not saying everyone's terrible, but like...
Yeah.
Yeah. So the reason we want to do this is because we want to finally win in a world where everything doesn't make sense and everything's stressful. It's like we want something that we can control, because we can't control anything.
Yeah.
So we want to invent something that's really like high tech, that no one, like technically humans aren't supposed to be able to survive.
Yeah.
Like if we did it, we'd explode. Like
that makes sense.
It'd be a bad time. But like the idea is that just like we want to make up for the things that we can't do. So I got this definition off of Wikipedia. If we talked about it last time, it's the butterfly effect. So it's a theory that is mostly used in chaos theory, but it's a small change can make a big impact. Essentially, it comes from the analogy where a butterfly flaps its wings in Chicago, a tornado occurs in Tokyo. So it's like this, we could step on a leaf and we've changed the world.
Yeah.
Because that activates something that wouldn't have happened otherwise, and we have changed the fabric of what reality is.
It's like in Mr. Nobody, where he says the guy lost his job in South America, so he was boiling an egg, and it caused condensation, and then precipitation, and then it rained on the phone number in New York. So, yeah.
Yeah. So it all connects.
Unrelated.
We have no idea. We have no idea. That's what I'm trying to say, guys. We have no idea how anything is. We have no control over it. So when we try, bad things are going to happen, unfortunately. Like, humans are not all knowing. And
what?
We're parasites, and it's sad. So I want to tell you that we're going to win, but I don't think we do, and I'm sorry.
Yeah,
it's just kind of what it is. In a different realm, where I'm not talking about Terminator for 2 seconds, when I talk about time travel, we're going to talk about Dragon Ball Z. Future Trunks, my first, like, hardcore middle school cartoon crush, who I am trying to emulate.
Yeah.
did things called time travel. They did the time travel. They went back in time. They tried to change the things that were bad in their time. So I'm going to give you a little rundown if you don't know anything about Dragon Ball Z. It's a lot of episodes.
I don't.
First half of it is just screaming. But then
That
you
was
get
most
to
of the
the
show.
Cell Saga, and then the most beautiful man named Trunks pops up on screen. And I was like, all right. I'm watching every single episode of this. It's my favorite one. I watch it, like, still to this day as an adult human.
Yeah.
And anything that Trunks is in, I'm like, yeah, let's go. I'm going to go watch that. I
Yeah.
love him. So, what does Trunks do it? So, basically, he thinks he's going to go back in time to stop the androids. So, these androids are these robots that this guy made to destroy everything.
It's Terminator adjacent.
Yeah, kind of. Honestly, evil scientists are... He's actually evil. We're in Terminator. He's just a nice dad.
Yeah.
But
These
evil
are
scientist tries to make these, like, terror machines that will give him what he wants. And he's trying to, like, live forever is ultimately what I think. His name's Dr. Giro.
Okay.
So he tries to make these androids that go out and kill everybody. Like, when they wake up, they go out and kill everything. And the guy who usually saves the day, the protagonist, Goku, is nowhere to be found because he gets a rare heart virus that kills him.
He, always dies, is what I heard. He always be dying.
Like, yeah, no. So they tried to kill him to give Gohan a shot, which is his son. But then no one wanted that. So then they're like, all right, we'll bring him back for the Buu Saga.
Okay.
But essentially, he does die a lot and then just comes back because it's, like, driven by, like, what people want.
Yeah. That's fun.
It's the one place we get to win.
Yeah.
So yeah, he tries to go back and he thinks he's trying to help, like, his timeline. So, like, all the Z fighters have been killed by the androids. His best friend / mentor, Gohan, finally succumbs to them. He's trying to go back in time to, like, fix all the problems and, like, save the people he loves. Because he finds out all the details. And his mom, who's super smart and, like, such a bad word I can't say, but positive word. I just can't say it because this. Builds an awesome time machine because she's super smart.
What's her name?
Bulma.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
She's got the pink shirt.
Yeah, that's like when she's young.
I know things.
Mm-hmm.
I know.
We're here.
Androids, is that Android 18 with a big forehead?
Yeah. Her brother's also there.
I feel for her. Me and her have the same life. Okay,
so in Trunks' world, they're really, like, ruthless. They're just murdering people. Goku's nowhere to be found because he's dead. He got a virus. Done. He goes back in time to bring the cure to the virus that Bulma created.
Yeah.
So she, like, was a farmer. Like, I don't know. How do you cure things?
She's a scientist.
She did it. She got the cure. She brought it back. Fast forward, Trunks goes back trying to save himself. What he's done is created an alternate timeline. Classic. That essentially, he goes back, nothing's changed, but he has, like, a little bit more knowledge and he's more powerful, so, like, he can defeat the androids himself. But all that stuff, all that work, all that fighting, all that hair growth and bonding with your dad meant nothing, ultimately, for his universe. Like, it didn't do anything. But what it did, essentially, is cause a lot of problems that we don't see till Dragon Ball Super, which is, like, the gods are up there just watching us be dumb and, like, being like, ugh, gross.
Yeah,
humans.
Classic.
Ugh, parasites. I hate them. Let's kill them all.
Oh.
So a god decides it wants to come down and, like, wreak divine justice upon humanity.
Who's that?
Goku Black. He's a Kai that mixes, like, in an alternate timeline with Goku forcibly and then turns Goku evil so that he's going around killing all his friends and creating a really sad time for everybody. The only reason that happens is because Trunks went back in time the first time and created this, like, time...
Thought it didn't matter.
...diversion that, like, never... That the main timeline that we watched never should have existed.
Yeah. So
what I say is that I think time travel's that. Yeah. I think we don't get to win. Anything we do, it doesn't, like, do anything to ours. We just cause, like, alternate universes that are just basically going to, like, implode and, like, crash into ours and cause problems.
Yeah.
And it's bad.
Yeah.
So we don't want to do it. I don't think we get to win. Science now.
Okay.
Real quick.
Yeah.
Some science to you. I also went to space.com again.
Yay! So we really love that place this month.
Yeah, unfortunately, they don't have an EDU. They don't have a whatever the, like, peer-reviewed source thing is. But I, like, want to believe them.
Yeah,
so we're just going to use it.
Yeah.
I know we're doing media analysis. I'm sorry I didn't choose the right websites.
No, it's good.
It just made everything really easy to understand. in my brain that's not a scientist.
Yeah.
So they say time travel is really probably not like possible for humans to experience. It's not to say that it can't be done. The problem is our bodies are made of things that don't want to go really fast, and our organs are super sensitive to stuff being near them. Particles, you just move one, like we're not made, we're not durable.
Yeah.
We're not, unless we have replaced all of our parts with robot parts and we somehow can sustain the brain. I feel like that's the only way we get to time travel. But essentially, like anything that we would try to do, the amount of speed, because we'd have to travel at the speed of light, is not like doable for our bodies. We'd have to like create something that would protect us, but there's no really thing about that. Yeah. And essentially, they think that this can happen because of Einstein. He has special relativity theories. So essentially, he's saying that time is relative. It's not like concrete, like it depends on where you are. One thing I read that was super cool, I want everyone to get really excited, that when people go into space, they are slightly younger than the people back on the planet by like such a small number, but like it stacks if you're up there for like a really long time.
Yeah.
So like if two twins, one's still on Earth, one's in space now. Yeah. The twin that's in space is younger. Yeah. When he comes back. Or they come back. I don't know. But it's just like that's so cool. Yeah. Like basically just going to space is time travel.
Yeah, that's like what, like, well, I guess the opposite, but in like Interstellar, you know, when they traveled really far. And so he was like, yeah, that's what it is. He was like really young and like only like 5 minutes passed, but then back on Earth, it was like 30 years and his kids were like adults. And then like when he finally came back, spoilers, she's like really old. His like daughter's really old, but like they knew, they were like, when you leave, and he's like looks the same as he did when he left, and he literally has been gone for like 20 minutes.
No, so what I'm saying, yes. Yeah. What I'm saying is that when we go to other planets, we just can't come back. Yeah. Like, we don't know what Earth will be when we get back. But, like, if you got nothing to lose and you just want to go to space, I mean, it's the same argument that, like, scary, because there's no one to come get you or help you if anything breaks down.
Yeah, that's true.
But... yeah. You get to live for extra time. Yeah. That's pretty cool. Strange. Yeah. There's a lot of theories, essentially. Yeah. It's like, it probably could happen. Yeah. But we don't get to. Yeah. Small particles can do it. We can send, like, something very tiny. Yeah. Somewhere else. Yeah. And that would be exciting. And the whole idea is, like, we want to use wormholes, but we don't know how to make wormholes because we don't have that kind of tech. And it's just like a whole situation. Yeah. So it's not anytime soon. Gotcha. And it's going to be robots, not us. So... yeah. Yeah. So is that it? I mean, there's a lot of theories. I just don't know how much time we have.
You could give us one more theory.
One more theory. So essentially, they kind of just go on to say the different ways that we could maybe achieve this. So if we were to like get all up on a black hole, or like around it, and we went at the speed of light and like around the black hole for 5 years, or no, I'm going to say 10 years because I don't know how to math. 10 years. Then when they got done doing that, people on Earth would be 5 years. No. 5 years would have passed for them on the black hole ship going round and round.
But 10 years would have passed on Earth. So it's more of like a time traveling to the future, but not to the past.
Yes. Which is honestly probably the one that is possible. Like if we think like Futurama. Yeah. They don't time travel, they just freeze themselves for a while and then they wake up in a new time.
Yeah, let's see it. Yeah. Time sleeping.
It's also really interesting if Futurama, I mean, it's like cartoons, I don't care, whatever. It's fine. So when Fry goes back in time and the whole Earl Leela situation with the weird pink people, aliens, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And there's like the 1101110. So yes. I think it's interesting, their theory, that you can't exist at the same time in a time period that's not natural to you, so it will kill one of you. Like, it will eliminate the, like, intruder. Yeah. To, like, restore the balance of the universe so that there's not a tear in the space-time continuum.
Nice. Yeah. Timey-wimey. Yeah. Stuff.
It's cool.
Yeah, films. Yeah, films. We watch some films.